James Stewart finally makes it into the Moto Hall of Fame, but is it too late? Hey everybody, Walty Wanderers, welcome to the channel. If you're new, I want to thank you for coming. If you're returning, I want to thank you for your continued support. Before we get into today's red hot topic, I'm going to politely ask you to give the video a like, subscribe to the channel, leave a comment below. I would love to hear from you. Please watch to the end for my final thought. Hit the bell icon so you're notified when new videos are released. It's very important to stay close to the channel in these crazy moto times. All right, folks, welcome to the channel. Always an honor and a privilege to be with you. I hope you're all doing great. Buckle up and strap in. I got a hard-hitting, pull no punches, no sugarcoating it, no rainbows and sunshine. I'm just going to give it to you and give it to you straight as we blow the lid off professional moto, motocross, and supercross. This is insanity. I absolutely love blowing the lid off of all these topics as everything now has become so watered down. Bunch of bubble gum cheerleading and just craziness. Love that. I came up with a couple brands that were very controversial, and we did it in a way that was awesome though. We said the things that you were thinking, but the industry was afraid to say. And here's the reality. We're going to unpackage a good one, I believe, today. This is a really good one. In fact, we've got a poll, we've got stats, we've got proof. We're going to back up some stuff today, my friends. Buckle up and strap in. Quick shout out to all the people that are supporting this channel, sliding into the DMs of my Instagram, link in the description of here. And I'm busy, you're busy. I don't always get a chance to jump into the comments, but I always see your guys when you do comment. So thank you so very much. And a couple guys out there, Cooksey and Hopper, I've seen they've subscribed to the channel. Thank you guys, appreciate you guys a lot. So the realities are, friends, James Stewart just made it. He was inducted into the Moto Hall of Fame. They didn't want to put him in. He left. James Stewart left the sport pretty unceremoniously for a guy who changed the sport at the level he changed it. Listen, friends, let's just not sugarcoat it. Bubba was an African American, the only one to come into moto, and still to date and be able to do what he did. He was awesome. And he was met with a lot of resistance, a lot of hate. A lot of us know James's background when he came up as an amateur and his dad had them dirt bagging it in some pickup truck. A lot of this is a very whitey sport. In saying this stuff, man, I'm laughing at myself. They were met with a lot of resistance. So they were behind the eight ball. They knew the demographic and the dynamic of the waters they were swimming in. They had an uphill battle. They relied on talent to get them there. And James rode that bike like we've never seen before. And a lot of people didn't like the fact that this kid was just smoking fools and undeniable. It wasn't that he was just fast. The talent levels, the way he rode that bike, as fluid as he was on it, how fearless that kid was insane. Insanity. So he finally makes it into the Hall of Fame. So we asked a question on the page of this channel, on the community page. And if you're new, please subscribe right away. There's never been a more important time in moto history to get forward thinking, critical thinking, centered and surrounded with like-minded people. Iron sharpens iron. Get involved. We're going to blow the lid off a lot of stuff this season. It's going to be awesome. This is going to be a huge season, I believe. Massive. So much to cover. You have, I believe, in modern era, 3 riders that changed the sport forever, that will forever be in the record books, and it really becomes who was the biggest one. You have the king, McGrath, Jeremy McGrath, the king of Supercross, won 7 Supercross titles. I don't think anybody touches that. That record, I believe, stands forever. Insane. He was the first rider to come along and change our sport, take it next level, and then check those boxes off the record books that I believe are untouchable. He'll remain the king of Supercross, winning 7 Supercross titles. But then here comes Ricky Carmichael. I remember, I think it was 01 era. I was there. I was active in the industry. I watched this play out. He dethroned the king. Ricky Carmichael came and dethroned the king. And he got a lot of hate because we loved McGrath. He was the poster boy of the sport. He could do no wrong. He was a marketing machine. Every company wanted a piece of him. And it was hard to watch him get dethroned for a lot of us who, really liked McGrath. But Carmichael dethroned him, but he backed it up. And he went on to become the GOAT. Insane. And then here comes Bubba Stewart. James Bubba Stewart dethrones Ricky and takes the reins. And here's where the story kind of stops. Bubba left the sport pretty unceremoniously. He was a big phenom. He was the new poster boy, and he rug pulled the industry. Kind of awesome, actually. Congratulations, James Stewart, for rug pulling the industry. They probably deserved it. Truth is usually somewhere in the middle. So there's, I don't know, James probably some, stuff going on in his camp, but the industry, we know how politicized it is. James Stewart rug pulled the industry and just left. Almost Blake Baggett style, but on bigger, way bigger. He just split. He didn't announce retirement forever. He didn't know. I mean, this was not, and it was politics. It all came down to politics. If you ask Bubba, and he's got a channel himself, ask him if you guys are over there playing on that channel. Ask him, dude, was it politics that pulled you out of the sport? I guarantee he would say yes. So let's go ahead and reveal. Those are the three biggest riders of our sport in modern era that really changed our sport. McGrath, Ricky, Bubba. Who was the biggest? Who was the most? Who was the biggest name and all that? Who changed the sport? Who is the biggest legend? Let's go ahead and run that poll, and then we'll be back here and wrap it up. Let's get started. All right, here we go. You guys wanted to know who was the biggest legend, and you guys answered. Over half of you say Ricky was the biggest legend of our sport, then James, and then McGrath. Let's get back to the studio so we can wrap this one up. All right, welcome back. So there it is. You saw the results. Ricky won. Ricky, you guys say Ricky is the biggest legend of our sport. And I kind of have to agree with you, and here's why. Ricky went out on his own terms too, and he's still involved with the sport. And that's probably one of the reasons why he still continues to capture polling like we just polled with him. It's because he's still involved with the sport. We're going to blow the lid off of Triumph. He's coming back with Triumph. And we all know what happened to Hart and Huntington, to RCH, when he was great. He won a championship, but it didn't last forever. This is a biggie. We're going to blow the lid off of that whole thing. Separate video, slight deviation from the topic. The realities are, friends, Ricky Carmichael, according to polls, is the biggest legend out of Bubba, McGrath, and Ricky. Ricky smoked the competition. I think it's it's valid. He had to transition. They all did. Well, I don't think McGrath ever rode a 4-stroke competitively, but Ricky and Bubba started on 2 strokes in this industry, had to pivot and learn the 4-stroke, and still dominated. I will always have mad respect for all 3 of these legends. They've all earned it, in my opinion. They gave blood, sweat, and tears to this sport. We're going to continue to blow the lid off a bunch of topics and final thoughts that come to you as a friend, as an industry guy. Somebody wants to see you not only win on the track, win off the track, as we blow the lid off professional motorsports in a way that nobody else will touch because they're afraid. We're not afraid here. We didn't show up on the track afraid. We're not going to leave the track afraid. That's how we roll. That's how we'll continue to roll, because it's not only what we need, it's in fact what we deserve. If you appreciate the content, I want to humbly ask you to give the video a like, subscribe to the channel, leave a comment below. I would love to hear from you. Social media link is in the description of this video if you'd like to slide in my DMs there. Also, if you enjoyed this video, I know you're going to love the next video coming into your screen. As always, thank you for your time. Don't go over the bars today. I will see you on the next video.